Get ready with me while I talk all things pregnancy so far. Guys, I am so happy that the news is finally out. I'm not very good at keeping secrets, especially when I share so much of my life on here. I feel like it was just so hard to keep this from you guys. Also, a lot of you guys totally called it, so good job. You guys are smart. I just thought we could kind of go into how my pregnancy has been so far and yeah, just have a little chat. First things first, I am 11 weeks pregnant, so we are almost out of the first trimester, and here are how things have kind of been going so far. As many of you guys know, Sam and I were trying. I literally talked about it on here, so this was not a surprise to us in any way, but I will say that we were both floored at how quickly it happened. For reference, it took me about 4 months to get pregnant with Sage, and then with June, it took 11 months. So going into trying this time around, I had zero expectations of anything happening fast, quickly. I kind of was just like very much prepared for it to take a while. That was just me like mentally preparing myself so it wasn't as hard if it did take that long. But to our surprise, we got pregnant first try this go around, which literally I still can't even believe that happened. Like I honestly didn't even believe that that was a thing that actually happened in real life. Like I never really understood how people could get pregnant the first time they tried. So to say I was floored, I was actually floored. When we decided to start trying to get pregnant, I basically decided just for my peace of mind, I wasn't going to track anything. I wasn't going to be like super vigilant on being like, okay, I'm ovulating and today's the day, we have to do it. Like I just basically said to myself that Sam and I are just going to go about our lives and just keep it very chill and low key, because the amount of time it took with June was very hard on us. And I know that 11 months is not even that long compared to people who try for years and years and years and years. But it's very tolling when you are constantly like tracking every single month. It's like, oh my gosh. And then it's like you're forcing things to make it happen on the day it's supposed to happen. And it was just very mentally draining on me when we were trying to get pregnant with June. So I told myself that for 6 months, I wasn't going to obsess over tracking or do any of that and just kind of let things see how they go. With that being said, I did have a very regular period. Even when I was on my IUD. So if you guys remember, I got my IUD out so we could start trying. But even when I was on my IUD, I had a regular period every single month. It was lighter than normal, but I still had like a very regular period. Got off my IUD, a week or two later, had my first period, went through that cycle, and then the time for my period came around. Now I knew it was the time for my period because like I said, I had a pretty regular cycle. So I was just kind of aware of it, but I wasn't expecting anything at all. I'm moving too fast with makeup and this story is going to take too long. I'm going to pause and talk for just a second. So basically, my cycle was anywhere between 28 and 30 days. And so 28 days goes past. I'm like, oh, whatever, not thinking anything of it. 30 days happens and I'm like, interesting. I also usually like feel some symptoms before I actually start my period, and I hadn't felt anything. So I was kind of like, that's interesting. So 30 days goes by, 31 days hits, and I'm like, I was like, there's literally no way, but like, why don't we just test just to like have peace of mind? So I buy a pregnancy test. Sam and I were out at dinner that night. We came back home and I had the pregnancy test and I was like, do I take it? But like literally I'm being so nonchalant. Like I haven't even told Sam, like I think I'm pregnant, because in my mind, I'm like, there is absolutely no way that I'm pregnant. I go in the bathroom, pee on the stick. I come out, I sit it on the counter and I walk into the bedroom and Sam looks at me, he goes, are you pregnant? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I just got the weirdest feeling that you're pregnant. I'm like, well, I just took a test. So he's like, no way. I'm like, there's no way it's pregnant. I just want to like clear my mind. So we both kind of were like, what if it is? So we actually looked at the pregnancy test together, which I'll post our like finding out we're pregnant video soon. But sure enough, it was pregnant, and literally we both were in shock. Like we were like, there is no way that this happened that fast. We were so beyond grateful, but truly just like in shock. So that was very fun. Went to sleep that night, very excited. Woke up the next day, told the girls, which was so fun. They were both so excited. Since then, things have been awesome, but also kind of interesting. With both Sage and June's pregnancies, I had what's called a subchorionic hematoma, where essentially you have like a blood clot in your uterus and it will release during those first like couple weeks, months of pregnancy, and you bleed a lot. And it's scary because you're just like, bleeding in early pregnancy is usually never a good thing, but hematomas are pretty harmless. So I've actually had that happen 2 times now. So 2 separate occasions where I bleed quite a bit for a period of time. Because this has happened to me so many times, I feel pretty confident and okay about it. but it's still something that you're just like, I think everything's okay, but you just never know. So that's been kind of just the only maybe like hiccups in the road with this pregnancy. But like I said, it's something that I'm used to because it's happened before. Both times everything was okay. Basically just had to kind of like pass that blood clot and then everything is good. But baby is good. We don't know the gender yet. We will find out. Of course, we'll share with you guys, but we don't know yet. So that'll be fun. I think I'm going to find out within the next like 2 weeks. As far as how I've been feeling, honestly, I feel pretty similar to both Sage and Juice pregnancy. Like, I don't feel 100%, but I don't feel miserable either. I think the biggest symptom is I get so tired in the afternoons. I'm really trying to stay strong with keeping up with my morning workouts and getting in that session, because for me, mentally, it's just the best thing ever. And I know that moving my body consistently throughout pregnancy is going to be so, so beneficial. But I will say I'm not as like energetic throughout the day as I was before pregnancy. I'm kind of hitting a wall in the afternoons, and then a little bit of nausea throughout the day. As long as I keep kind of like snacking and having food, then I feel pretty good. My due date is mid-June. We're gonna have a summer baby, which is fun. June was kind of a summer baby because her birthday was in May, so I did like that timing a lot. I just am so excited that I can finally talk about this with you all. I'm excited to just share all the things about my pregnancy. You guys are the best. Thank you all so much for the love already. Love you guys so much, and yay! Thanks for getting ready with me.